Hi, and welcome to another Tips from the Bench. I'm your host, James Kane. Today we'll be discussing the ins and outs of skate sharpening, honing, and hollows. Now for most of you out there today, you probably take your skates to your local pro shop and drop them in line with the local sharpening guy. You've probably done this numerous times without another thought. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what are they really doing to my skates? Or have you ever thought, once you got on the ice, that you had no edge? Or maybe too much edge? You probably feel like you've been conned out of $5, maybe even $10, am I right? Now let's take a look at why this might happen, so that next time you're a little bit more in control of your skates and skating style. There's basically 3 things to remember when dealing with your skates and skating styles. We'll call it HHR: hollow, height, and rocker. Let's talk about the hollow. This is probably the most important of the 3 aspects to a good skate sharpening, and probably the most misunderstood. A hollow is the groove that is cut into the bottom of the steel blade that you skate on. People throw out numbers all the time, but there are some industry standards that might help you. 1/2 inch, 7/16, 3/8, or 1 inch. These are the radius measurements that are set on the grinding wheel to create the groove or hollow on your skate blade. The smaller the radius circle, the sharper the cut. So a 1/2 inch cut is flatter than a 3/8 cut. On to height. Really, all height means is watching how much of your blade is left. After several sharpenings, your blade decreases in size as it is shaved off. When your blade reaches a certain point of life, it can begin to affect the rocker of your blade and affect your performance as well as your ability to do those things on the ice you're accustomed to. When you see your blade tapering down to the tip of the holder or the back of the holder, it might be time to get new steel. That really leads us into rockering. Rockering is another term for the radius curve of your entire skate blade. Industry standards are 9-foot, 11-foot, and 13-foot curves. Factory skates do come with a certain radius contour. Again, each player is different, and the wrong radius can affect how you play, pass, or even shoot. There are ways to rocker the angle of your radius, giving you a different pitch to the ice, thus improving your performance for the type of skating you do. If you've ever noticed that your skates don't feel the same from one sharpening to the next, it can be due to several reasons. The sharpener themselves applied too much or too little pressure while grinding. They took the curves too steep and changed the radius, or they put the hollow of radius off center, causing the bite angles on the edges of the blades to be uneven. So just remember, the next time you drop your skates off, know what you want, so you can discuss it with the person sharpening your skates. You may be interested to know what they've been sharpening your skates at, so they can address any concerns you've had since the last time you were on the ice, and propose a solution that might help. You all set?
Thanks.
Cool. Well, that's all the time we have for today on Tips from the Bench. Check us out next time. For myself and the Players Bench team, it's time to get off the bench and onto the ice.